just had this encounter at Ralph's that you would have really appreciated. Really appreciated. I was at Ralph's on... Doesn't matter. I always say where, and it doesn't matter. There's a Ralph's on Beverly.
Ralph's is a grocery store.
They know that. But, like, I'm at Ralph's, the Beverly Hills, like, the nice one.
Okay.
Down on Beverly. It's, like, packed, right? I'm shopping solo, so I'm in line. And there's lines at all the registers, right? It's one of those, like, Sunday 5 p.m. grocery trips where they just close half the lane. So, like, all right, this is the time of day where everyone gets fucked.
No self-checkout.
I had alcohol.
Ain't that
a bitch? California state law ain't that a bitch, dude. Can't self-checkout with alcohol.
It is tragic.
It's probably because
I don't drink as much because sometimes I see the line and I'm like, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah. It's not a bitch. Anyway, so I'm in there. There's lines everywhere. I'm like loading onto my thing. And this random guy comes up. He's like, hey bro, I got like 2 things. I'm like, he's like, can I like cut? I'm like, yeah, man. I give him a cool. I don't like make a big fuss about
Now
it.
I know why you tell the story, because you can do the Cholo accent.
He was not a dude. That's not important.
Do it again.
Important.
How did he say it?
No, I'm not going to do it again. You got one shot.
Right.
I was reenacting what this guy said to me. You brought race into it.
Okay.
So this guy's like, hey, man. This guy's like, hey, man.
It's a different guy now.
I only have 2 items. Can I come cut you in line real quick? He didn't say that. He was like, hey, bro, I'm like, okay.
You can't resist.
So I'm like, okay. I was like, yeah, man, go in front of me. I don't give a fuck. Right,
okay.
It's 2 things. I'm still loading up my butternut squash.
Let me ask
I got
you.
a while to go before I even enter paying zone. So this guy with 2 things he can go in front of me. So what
is there anyone behind you?
Yes. Yeah, there's like 3 different people behind me.
Well, it's not only your call, but go ahead. Yeah, I know where this is going.
Well, now you've entered the part of the story where it gets interesting.
Right.
So this guy like gets in front of me, and then this couple behind me. The girl doesn't say anything, but she starts kind of gesturing like she's upset. You know what I mean?
How many people are behind you?
1 couple and then 1 solo guy.
How many items do they have? I'm just curious.
I didn't really look at their cart, but like average, nothing crazy. But I probably have more items than anybody.
But they're not pleased.
She's not upset. She's like kind of like pacing around, and she like walks up to like say something, but I don't. It's almost like she's want to say something to me, but I don't even give her any time of day. Like the guy's just like, hey, can I bring it? I'm like, yeah, go. I'm like, like I said,
you're putting stuff on the
squash,
belt, yeah.
Eggs, LaCroix, 2 flavors, key lime and limoncello, and I'm like, okay. So this guy goes in front of me. I don't give a fuck. And the lady behind me keeps kind of being like, she doesn't say anything though. This is the point of the story. She says nothing. She just kind of huffs and puffs.
Yeah, little groans.
And she's like clearly trying to like get my attention almost, but I'm just like
bitch, you're gonna have to tap me on the shoulder.
Not even looking. And I'm like, wait, I can feel her. I can feel her energy. Mm-hmm. And the guy's not saying anything. He's just standing back like a bitch. Yeah, I don't know what this says, dude, but like the guy was also not giving a fuck. It was just this lady. The lady in their relationship was pissed. And I kind of was like wanting her to say something. And I was like, I don't care if he cuts. Like,
do you care?
No, I don't.
No,
but I kind of want to be like, I don't care. So if you have a problem, you can say something to him. But I'm officially out of this. Am I in the right there? You started this off by saying it's not my call to make. Well, I beg to differ. I'm on deck. I'm queued up. I'm in the batter's box.
Wait, how does this end? Did she just huff and puff and never blew your house down?
Never blew my house down.
Oh, okay.
And I took forever too.
Okay.
I had a lot of shit and I was alone. And I bagged my own stuff. So yeah.
He had 2 things. Well, I'll tell you what.
Who's the winner in that situation? Obviously him. The guy who cut line.
Yeah.
He really knocked. And he even like, we even at the end, he was like, thanks, bro. I'm like, you got it.
I'm curious what his 2 items were.
I didn't even look.
You didn't even look?
No.
That would have played into my decision.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I should have looked. That would have been fun.
Well, okay, here's what I'll say. Okay, if it's 2 items, if I'm behind you, here's the actual protocol is, if they say, hey, can I cut? If it's 2 items, it's really ain't that big a thing. It's really not that big a thing.
Oh, not worth getting upset about.
But you should have, you got to check in with the rest of the crew. Because
no, I don't.
Here's the thing, dude. It's like, it goes back. Well, I told you about John Bertoft. I got a story.
What does this look like, me asking the people behind me?
You know what
cool?
I would
say? Hey, guy, are you guys cool with it? No.
No. All you gotta do, say to him, like, I'm cool with it. check with them.
So you're a deflector. That's what you are.
No.
You're a deflect. No, you're
How?
saying I'm cool with it, but you got to talk to them. And then you bring another. I was like, no, I've decided this. You can cut.
Well, you decided on behalf of people whose decision it was.
Well, they should have spoken up if they got something to say. No one did. I'm tired of people.
Yeah,
this
that's
fucking
fair.
city,
That's
dude.
fair.
This whole city of people. No one ever interacts with each other. I've been saying this, dude. If you got a problem, speak up. Speak your mind.
Okay.
Or forever hold your peace. Don't just sit there huffing and puffing, holding your fucking English muffins like the goddamn world's on fire. Who cares? This guy had like 2 things. I swear, if now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was like 1 beer and like chips or something.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking.
Classic single guy at the grocery store just grabbing something after work.
Yeah, because he had a
vibe.
beer. He couldn't do the self-checkout. Okay.
100% allowed it.
Well, let me tell you about the time I was most proud of my dad. I think I've talked about this on the podcast.
I don't remember the story. So go
Okay,
ahead.
so I'm 19. I'm at Epcot with my dad, my brother and I, and my dad. We are waiting in line for Soarin', the 4D experience, which is if you've ever been to Epcot, long ass line, okay?
Yeah.
For a pretty shitty ride.
It's Disney World, yeah.
It's Disney World. And so we're all waiting in line, and people are cutting in line. People are like some sort of bullshit, like, oh, my people up there, I gotta go front of line. Oh, excuse me, sorry, I have to go to the
Well, that's a whole other thing.
right.
You know.
So people are doing that, and I'm like, dude, they're not reaching us yet. I haven't seen anyone reach us.
They're working their way up.
They are. And my one person's coming up, I'm like, this is great. Because my dad is confrontational.
I love it.
He's
dude.
not
Yes,
like
dude.
he's not out looking for smoke, but he's not
He ain't gonna
afraid.
back down.
So this like people come up and I think it's like a couple, and they're like, oh, excuse us. And my dad's like, no, you're not cutting in front of us. She's like, no, but my friends, they're up there. Like there's 2. We're like we had to go do something there. And my dad's like, I don't know, but you're not getting past us. If all these people don't mind you getting in front of them, that's fine, but you're not getting in front of us. And this guy's like, okay. He's like, okay. And he's like being real, just cunty. Just like, oh, all right.
Oh, okay, man. I'm not going to say anything, but I'll just resent you for 30 years about this. But
I'll tell my friends about
so
this.
what happened?
Those people just stayed behind us in line.
So then they had to ride like 2 cars behind.
Yeah,
their
the whole
friends.
time. All right.
What's this need to sit with your friends on a ride anyway? How many times is this how we want to sit with our friends?
Dude,
Like, shut up.
They weren't trying to sit with their friends. They were trying to skip out on an hour and a half of queuing.
You think so?
100%, dude.
True.
Dude, my dad, I'm like, that's my dad. That's my old man.
Oh yeah, dude, respect.
And then-
respect. But then here's the thing: the people right behind you guys in line, then they really got to enter this situation because then they see the buck stops with you, and then I'd be like, well, they probably were, empowered by your dad's confidence. They should have been like, well, yeah, fuck this, dude. No.
Well, the story's
and then
not
one
over.
by one, they have to go like a domino back to the end. And
Well,
then they kill themselves.
I think at that point, once you've relinquished your spot in line, you can't be like, I've changed my mind. Get your ass in the back of the line.
Dude, we got, it's 2020. Anything's possible now.
Well, okay, so my dad, more people are doing this the whole time. So it's one guy and his daughter, and like he comes up and my dad's like, nope, like you're not going
Nope.
past up. Like, well, she had to use the restroom, and my dad's like, nice.
Should have pissed in my son's mouth. It's right here.
Should have pissed in my son's friend's mouth.
My son has a perfectly pissable mouth right here.
And then I was like, I'm not letting her piss in my mouth.
Yeah.
And then so
Nor should you.
my dad, and I it's the little girls there, and I tell my dad, I say, hey, let this one slide.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, it's fine. And he lets him through. And I was like, because
he's like your bodyguard. You can be like, let's.
I was the voice. I was the good cop.
Not this time.
Because I was like, Dad, I look at the little girl. I'm like, I see a little girl, and I say, all right. I wanted to say to the dad, like, listen, you're being kind of cunty. You should be more apologetic. I don't like your energy, but for your daughter, who will probably grow up to be kind of cunty too, because she's raised by you, but she hasn't yet. Let him through.
Let him through. Have there been any times where it did not go as coolly for your dad, where you're out in public and your dad's holding his ground, and it's a very clear, everyone's like, don't do this. This is not the hill. Have there ever been a time like that?
One time. It's not in that context, but I do have a story of my dad almost getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. So my dad is a amusement operator. He owned a video game arcade for a very long time. Okay. Yeah. So we, as a family, if there was an arcade somewhere, we would go and we would check out. My dad would want to see what they had, just like kind of scope competition, see what's going on, see what's
tools of the trade. Want to see what the
what's
industry's
happening.
like.
So we're at this arcade. I'm a little boy. All right.
Where is this?
Indianapolis.
Okay.
Indianapolis. And
is it near the Children's Science Museum, the very famous one?
It's probably downtown. So yeah.
Okay.
Or wait, I don't know if that's downtown. Either way, it might not. It's downtown. All right. So it's like there's people there. It's kind of like a Dave and Buster's vibe. All right. So there's like kind of grown-ups there, some yuppies there, or like. Yeah, there's
drunk
just
bank tellers after their shift.
People trying to have a good time.
Playing Big Buck Hunter, trying to impress a girl.
Exactly. All right. It's playing. There's virile people there. That's how I'm gonna use. That's the word I'm gonna use. All right. So my dad's scoping out stuff, and my dad is watching. Mind you, I put together what happened later in life. Okay.
Isn't that fun?
It is fun. So my dad's watching this kind of like wave racer game. It's some sort of jet ski like simulator.
I like the visual of your dad just watching a child play a jet ski game, and he's like, "No, it's for my business. I'm a small business owner." Like, it's all legit. We know this. No, I got my own arcade. Okay, sir.
Well,
here we go.
Not a child. It's a. It's probably like 20-something black woman, attractive black woman. All right.
Nice, dude.
And my dad, he's oblivious to everything. Okay. So he's just watching this girl play.
He doesn't see color.
He really kind of like, he doesn't think about color. That's what I would say.
He's a good guy.
So he's just kind of watching. And if you're on a jet ski and you're a woman, your ass is out there. All right. So just imagine
dude,
at this time,
I can't tell you the number of thongs I've seen.
Yeah.
On like the Harley game.
Yeah.
Like the motorcycle game or the jet ski game.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm sure it was pop.
And the guys who invented that game knew that too.
Probably, dude.
Like, this is 2001. Jeans are low rise, dude.
I'm gonna say this was actually like long enough ago. It was probably late 90s, right? So probably some whale tail, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Some major whale tail.
This is so cool.
But my dad's literally, think about this. If he was scoping whale tail, he'd be less conspicuous. Yeah. He'd be less obvious, right? He'd be more discreet.
Right.
But he's just full on observing this woman play the game. All right. And I'm not even thinking. And then we leave, and I was like, "Why do we leave so abruptly? Like, why we have tokens? We're playing." And then my dad's like, a guy came up to me and said, he said, "You better leave, or you're gonna get your ass whooped." To my dad. And we didn't, and later, and it was just one of those things where we didn't know. My whole family, we didn't know what happened. My parents probably put it together, but we didn't know, so we just left. When I never put it together, and then I thought about it later in life.
Now you're 31.
Oh.
Now you're 31. You guys are opening Christmas. It's like Christmas morning. You just got done opening presents. You're having like coffee or whatever. He's like, that one time I was looking at this chick's fat ass.
Yeah. Thought I was getting away with it.
Homeboy caught me. What are you gonna do?
I just remember he said like, "You better leave, or you're gonna get your ass whooped." And now I look back on it, I'm like, oh, it was just some early 50s white boy checking out some guy's girl on a jet ski machine with feeling no type of way about it. And I'm like, oh, that's...
Yeah, he's just trying to see, 50 cents, 75 cents, or sorry, 2 tokens, 3 tokens.
I'm sure it was $1.
Dude,
I'm sure it was $1, but he was seeing...
It was a dollar game.
But honestly, he was watching how that game played. He didn't even think about it, man.
No.
So it's funny looking back, but to answer your question, when that man said, "You better go, or you're gonna get your ass whooped," my dad was like, well, we'll see you later. And he left
all
with
right,
his
then.
family.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would have, wouldn't we all be that same way, All right, yeah, well, I know this looks bad.
When there's violence is in the picture, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it.
Of course.
If you want to get in a verbal altercation,
man.
yeah, he'll go there all day. But if he's like, if that guy with his daughter would have said, I'm ready to fight you, my dad would have been like, all right, well, I'm gonna bow out. I'm gonna step aside.
Here's $50. I'm sorry for the trouble.
Yeah.
Just wanted to observe the axis of the machine, not your girl's fat ass and her sweet,
What's your dad like?
Tweety bird tattoo.
Is he confrontational? Does he want the smoke?
Yeah, he wants to smoke. Well, my dad's shorter than me, so he's got a thing going on. I love my dad. He's a
How tall is he?
heart of gold, 5'9".
Oh, I got a short dad.
5'9", 5'8". Yeah, he's a little short. It's not his fault though. He had leg Perfy's disease growing up. When he was growing up, one of his legs was longer than the other.
Oh,
so they had to fix it. Yeah, so now he's a little bit shorter.
All right.
Moral of the story: has he screamed at the guy in Applebee's parking lot? Hell yeah, dude, for sure,
really?
For sure. Yeah, one time.
About what?
No, one time when I was like, maybe 13, 14. I lived right behind a mall growing up. I lived in a neighborhood right behind a mall. So we were like walking to Applebee's one night for dinner. We didn't go out to dinner often. It was a Saturday night. It was a spur of the moment thing. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I remember being like, this is fucking crazy. So then walking to the Applebee's and to my dad's defense, he had every right to be pissed in this scenario. But essentially we're walking through the parking lot and my little brother, he's probably like 9, something like that. He walks in front of me in this dipshit in some giant fucking little dick, giant truck type thing,
Mm-hmm.
Just comes flying in front of us. He's going like fucking 45 in the parking lot. So my dad like yells at him. He does something. He just says like, dumb motherfucker. So I don't know what he says. He just
he's mad. Yeah.
But the guy stops and gets out.
Okay.
And then my dad and this guy are now screaming at each other in the parking lot. And I'm like, okay. Here.
Are you scared?
I'm not. I mean, he was way bigger than my dad, but my dad's not. My dad will fight.
Oh, he's got it.
He's gonna fight. My dad doesn't start fights. My dad's not out there. My dad doesn't interact with people.
He's capable of violence.
When we were growing up, he would ask my mom to order the pizza over the phone because he doesn't like. He's like that level of not trying to fuck with people.
Got it.
But in this scenario, yeah, and he almost clipped my little bro. He's trying to go get a little Happy Meal at Applebee's, play the dinosaur chicken nuggies, But like, yeah, so they're just screaming at each other in the parking lot. The crazy thing is, I don't know how it ended. I guess it just kind of de-escalated because my mom made us, obviously, she made us like go into the restaurant because she didn't want us to like see him screaming at the guy. But I guess they like worked it out.
Oh, so your mom didn't try to diffuse the situation. She was just like, just go in the restaurant and let your dad resolve this however it resolves.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, and respect, dude. That's a good woman. That's a woman you want who's just like, I'm not going to.
Dude, I hate it. Yeah.
She's not going to be. She's like, Greg, you picked this fight, dude. I don't know what to tell you, bro. And my dad accepts that, dude. My dad was fighting motherfuckers when he was a kid.
Really?
He was a little kid, and he was also on crutches. So he'd have these stories. Like, I guess my Uncle Steve, my dad's older brother, I guess when they were growing up, again, my dad was on crutches for years, like, as they worked on this issue.
You never knew him as a guy with crutches, though.
No, because he grew out of it. It was kind of out of puberty. They get it fixed.
Got it.
So, but he had crutches, and my Uncle Steve, my dad's older brother, I guess was always giving him shit. Classic older brother type shit.
Just
right?
bullying.
Not even just instigating. You just, poking, as a big brother, the move. You fucking just pick at them until they explode, and then they take all the heat for it, right? Well, I guess one time my Uncle Steve was picking on my dad real hard, and they were just getting into it. And my dad straight up just took his crutches, flipped him like butterfly screw out, and just fucking whacked him across the head with it, ripped gash across his face, stitches. He's like, well, he didn't make fun of me after that. I'm like, they still talk. They're cool.
How's Steve's face?
He's fine now.
In no scar?
Not that bad. Nothing crazy, at least.
Dang, dude.
So what I'm saying is, like, my dad is going to fight him. If my dad believes there's just cause, yeah, he's fighting a motherfucker for sure.
I think my dad, if it came to it, if he got backed in the corner and he had to defend his family, he'll butterfly screw someone's face.
Yeah.
It would be crazy because I think he's a pacifist. So if it took that to get him there, once it snaps, he's I imagine it would be pretty bloody.
Well, you know what the crazy thing is that so then we go to Applebee's and he just got drunk, which is what I would do. I get you go to Applebee's with your family, you get drunk, all right?
$2 the Brutus pint, dude.
That's so cheap.
It's so cheap, man.
So cheap. Hey, Applebee's, you want this 6,000 calorie milkshake with Jack Daniels? There's so many dairy infused desserts at these like TGI Fridays, Applebee's.
Why not, dude? Places. So much like liquor and barbecue sauce mix.
Oh my God, dude, you're so right. So many Jack Daniels X.
They got a Jack
Sweet
Daniels
Baby Ray's,
infuse
dude.
everything, dude.
No, Sweet Baby Ray has too much. He has too much respect. He would never be doing a crossover with Jack.
He's got
Casey
integrity.
Masterpiece would.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's like a craft brand.
Yeah. But anyways, no, we're at Applebee's and my brother ordered a burger and it comes out frozen. It's frozen, obviously. You know, they're microwaving that shit. So then he sends it back, frozen again. Then he orders spaghetti, frozen. And we're like, okay, well, guys, your microwave. It was one of those things that we're like, your microwave's broken. Like we as the diners had realized, like, oh, their microwave's broken.
Yeah,
right? Because they keep the plate was hot every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
No, so we kept sending it back, and then they charged us for They charged us for 3 burgers of spaghetti. That, and then Greg lost it, and then he was like,
he'd already lost it.
Yeah, well. It had been going south, you know?
Okay.
No, he didn't, like, yell at anybody. My parents don't, like, yell at...
They're not making scenes at restaurants?
They're not make a scene at a restaurant, but my dad did go up there, and he was just like, what are you doing? It was one of these, like, what are you guys doing? We didn't even eat the food that you charged us for 4 times.
He's trying to quietly shame them.
Yeah, as they should be.
It's a better move.
They're idiots, but they're also, like, 16, you know? In Applebee's, the average age of an Applebee's... Isn't it crazy Applebee's is, like... If you work in an Applebee's, you're 16 or 43.
Or you are
not to be classist. Is that classist? I don't think so. I think it's more of an age observation.
No.
And having said that, respect out. I still go in an Applebee's when. Are they back open from COVID? I don't have any here. I would go.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna shit on people that work at Applebee's.
I'm not shitting on. I'm just saying the age. How's that shitting on them? There's nothing wrong with working at Applebee's.
No, you're right. But what I was gonna say was shitting on people, and I'm just not gonna.
That's
do
on
it.
you, dude. I spent
I
spent a lot of time at an Applebee's bar.
I will tell you I have prejudice, but I won't articulate it.
Yeah.
Is that better?
No, that's better.
Okay.
Well, a lot of people nowadays do articulate it. That's worse. No, you can catch me in an Applebee's. I'll be sucking on like a Blue Moon, like a fancy son of a bitch. Because it's $3 for a 24, like the tall, you know what I mean?
The Brutus, dude.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, dude. I go to Applebee's, man.
Me too.
I do.
We should go to one. Do they have outdoor alfresco? No, we can't dine outside here anymore. That's done.
And I wouldn't go with you either.
Wow, dude.
I won't.
That's fucked up. We could have a cool ass day going to the Glendale Galleria, then go to Applebee's.
The thing, no. Because it's like, people think like, wouldn't it be funny if we went to those restaurants? Then it's just you going to this restaurant and having a shitty meal, dude.
I don't think it would be funny to do it, but
you want that microwave spaghetti, dude?
I want that Bullet Bourbon KC Masterpiece Buffalo Blazing Barbecue Blue Cheese Double Loaded Nachos.
All right.
See how many lanes I went there?
Yeah,
Doesn't
I'm sure.
Sound like a real item.
I thought it was.
Oh no, I wish.
I just thought about tequila lime chicken. That was like their big.
Yeah.
Also, Oriental chicken salad. Do you think they've changed the name?
Fuck no, dude.
You don't think so?
They probably changed it to Chinese virus chicken salad. Chinese. Got the Wuhan
doubled
Wong.
down.
Got the Wuhan wontons. Got the. I'll stop there.
I would. You can go on if you got more.
I'll stop there. I'll make a joke about Applebee's racism. You know, it'd be tight. It's. I really hope that there's some kind of like coup going on at Applebee's corporate. That they're like, guys, we're going to go out of business. What do we do? And there's a boardroom, and you got like 3 old timers who've been at Applebee's corporate forever. But then most of the team now are like guys like our age, you know, just like new age guys who are like, they're on Reddit, so they're cool and they can run a company. But they're like guys, let's just make this an obnoxious, trashy restaurant and then make dishes that are a joke of itself. Like, just lean into the joke that this is a trashy place.
Oh, so they're like, this is where you go. Kind of like Dick's Last Resort, where you're going to get shitty service. So this is something where it's like you're going to get something incredibly decadent, incredibly shitty, and
you come
tacky.
here for ridiculous food.
Yeah.
You're going to get a mozzarella stick soup.
Or you're getting some sort of loaded fries with ice cream on top or something.
Yeah, and of course they'll beg to get some kind of like Guy Fieri crossover sponsorship.
Yeah, I'd go. I might go. Okay, so similar to Zach's story about his father's story about hitting his brother with a butterfly screw on his crutch. Yeah. I have a story about hitting my brother with a shovel, dude.
That's cool.
This was like, all right, I got stung by 200 bees when I was a kid.
Like at different times, or there was one time?
One time I stepped in a hornet's nest and got stung by 200 bees on my legs. And lived.
Whoa.
Didn't die. But I barely remember it. Here's the story I remember that was traumatizing. Okay. So my cat would catch chipmunks. So a lot of times there would just be dead chipmunks around. All right. So my brother, it was his responsibility to throw the dead chipmunks over the fence. Okay.
Into your neighbor's yard.
Into the woods.
Or his dog would
we were good neighbors. We were good neighbors.
The way you said that was so guilty. You were like, no. It's like you were expecting.
I have to defend.
You've had to defend. No, our property runs up to the edge of the woods. I have to. I would throw it that way. So because you know what it is? Hey, my dog's chewing on a bunch of dead rodents all day. What the fuck's going on over there?
I don't want
your weird ass dad who's staring at chicks with fat asses getting arrested. What the fuck's going on over there?
I don't want my family to look like trash.
Yeah.
So I will. If you try to stop them and say I'm flinging dead chipmunks into my neighbor's yard, that is not true. We have class. Berthoffs have class.
We didn't.
In a sea of classless people, where I'm from, Berthoffs had class. So we were hucking dead chipmunks into our woods. Okay, so it was a point in time where it's like, okay, now it's Joe's responsibility too. He's big enough, he can hug a dead chipmunk. So there were 2 dead chipmunks. All right, my cat had caught 2. All right. So my brother, he's showing me, here's how you do it, all right? Here's how you huck the dead chipmunk. He did it. I do it, all right?
What was his method?
Good question. It was this. It was a scoop and then, all right? Just
that had to be explained?
It's a flick. It's important because I did it differently, okay? It's important because
sit down.
What I did was I baseball swung it. I baseball swung.
So you desecrated the corpses of these rodents, which I've done. I need that to be clear. I've also desecrated animal corpses, as you do when you're growing up in the sticks.
We weren't mutilating it. I was just hucking it into the woods.
You were pretending you were Mark McGuire hitting dingers.
Yes.
But it was a dead rat.
And that's what I was doing. All right. Okay. So I swing it and just clip my brother's head. I clip my brother's head with the shovel. Okay. And I hear it bang.
Classic brother situation here.
And
how many brothers been hit in the head with a baseball bat?
This is a shovel, dude.
Yeah, he doesn't.
It's a metal shovel.
Yeah, he forgot English at that point.
Dude. So he's leaned over, all right? From what I remember, there's a hole in my brother's head, right? And there's just blood pouring out.
God damn it.
And I remember my brother saying, "Oh, sick. Oh, sick. Sick." He's screaming. And I remember thinking, I'm like, wow, this is the day I killed my brother. I thinking he's going to die. I remember we have a gravel.
Did you smash the chipmunk against his head when you were going
Good question.
For the swing?
No, because I did. At first, my brother, he was yelling, "Oh, sick." You know why? Because he thought it was the chipmunk. He thought it was chipmunk.
Oh, he didn't realize that he was having a hemorrhage.
That he was dying, yes. So I remember asphalt spilling onto I remember blood splashing onto the gravel. And I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Uh-oh. It's gross when you see real blood. Like
it's pouring.
It's like heavy.
Dude, the head bleeds a lot, you know?
You hear it hit the ground. It's
not
like rain. It's not
splashing.
Like
yeah,
you really
dude.
Hear it.
But we drove him to the hospital. But I do remember thinking, I'm like, wow, I killed my brother. You don't realize the grasp of the reality of the situation. Was like, I didn't kill my brother, but I hurt him pretty bad. But in my head, I thought I had killed him.
Yeah, you killed
But
him.
I wasn't reacting appropriately. I was like, dang.
When you're a child, you don't even know the level of trouble. You just think you're in trouble, or
It might have been.
How old are you?
6.
You were 6, and they were giving you dead chipmunk detail at 6.
Exactly. It's not on me.
That's
right?
That's not on you.
Yeah,
that's kind of on your parents. Sorry to say that, but
I shouldn't be. I don't should be responsible for that.
No, I mean, no. You don't give a 6-year-old a shovel and tell him to, hit dingers with dead rodents. No, that's not. But dude, see, now we're just uncovering because I have a similar story. You know what I mean? Like I got some.
Let's tell stories, dude.
Dude, I remember I told you about this.
We don't gotta talk about Applebee's
I told you
every
about
day.
the time that my dad had scraped the hamster off our furnace. Did I tell you this?
No.
Dude, we had this hamster, and it would just always get out of the cage and run around at night. It was a piece of shit. Don't ever own a fucking mouse.
A rodent.
Just don't,
Yeah.
dude. Just stop. They don't want to be caged. They need to run and scurry and have little houses in the walls with cheese and shit. They don't want to be. They're just awful pets. I don't.
Yeah, anything that fits in a terrarium.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Do a survey across this country of kids in elementary school, and the ones with rodents, like. You'll notice.
I did. We had actually, go on. Finish your story.
Anyway, so we had this fucking thing. I didn't like it. His name was Patty. Well, anyway, she got out and she was just running around for a couple days. I guess she'd been gone for a couple days. I'm like, it's this thing that we would like every now and then just be like, oh, there's a rat running around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it got out of the cage. It always got out of the cage. Then I went to Boy Scouts one day. Must have been like 12, 13, something like that. I hope I wasn't 13. I think I was 12. I quit Boy Scouts. Once they started making you do like community service and shit like that, I was like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
So, but I was still in Boy Scouts. Anyway, so
dude, if you were Catholic and you were also in Boy Scouts, you dodged a couple bullets, buddy.
Oh, dude. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out later.
Yeah,
it'll come back to me. I'm 39 and I have a family, like Mystic River or some shit.
All right, dude. We joke, but
yeah, well,
we shouldn't.
I should.
All right, go on.
Anyway,
buddy.
No, our scout leader was a chick. It kind of got weird. I don't know how that happened. It's this lady.
I feel like you're about to uncover something.
I can't go.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do this because she was like. It was weird because she was one of those like. She was in her 50s and you ever see these like so Christian evangelical families and the mom is just like obviously a lesbian, like just so obviously gay, and then so that's who this lady was.
Usually the husband's kind of gay too.
Yeah, yeah, dude. That's by no accident, dude. That is exactly the situation with these people. Anyway, no. So I wasn't molested because she was a chick. So it wouldn't have been molestation. Then it would have been cool.
And she was lesbian. So
it wouldn't have been cool.
Yeah,
it would not have been cool.
No, not at all.
But anyway, so my mom picks me up from Boy Scouts, and she's like, hey, just so you know, it smells like death in the house. Patty fell into one of the AC vents in the ground, and it's winter, so she just went straight to the bottom, which, of course, is the furnace plate in the basement. And she was cooked alive, and that's what's going on. And your dad's scraping it off the furnace. I'm like, okay, cool. And you're like in the car. You're like, how bad can it be? I go inside. And it smells like a fucking, Egyptian crematorium where they're like fucking grilling mummies and shit like that.
Does it smell like a roast?
Horrendous. No, it's the real smell. It's the death smell, dude. Like sweet, gross.
Okay.
I don't like to revisit the smell. I can smell it right now. It's not great. But anyway, so I go home and it's just terrible. My dad's he can see anything. He's like a hunter. He's like cut open deer and pulled all its guts out. Yeah. But he can't handle a smell.
Really?
He can't handle a bad smell. So I go down there. My dad. I go to the basement and I see my dad. He has a linoleum knife, just scraping this rodent off the top of our furnace, and he's just gagging constantly. And I remember, this is a fucked up podcast. I hope you're still listening. But I remember, I saw him, and he, takes this linoleum knife it's stuck to the furnace, right?
Yeah.
So he's trying to scrape it off, and he just hits it. It's just like a raw egg. You just hit the yolk, and it was just...
Ew, what was the yolk?
Just its fucking guts
intestines or something?
But it had just all been, burned up. Yeah, dude, that was fucked up. And I quit Boy Scouts. Soon after, I was like, this shit's gay, dude. I'm not doing this. I have bigger things to worry about. I got... rodents. The point of the story, if you're wondering why I brought this up, don't own a rodent. Just
no, because
don't do it. Get a dog. Get a ferret. Even a ferret's better.
I like a ferret.
For all those ferret fams out there.
You actually can own a ferret in California.
You cannot.
It's illegal.
Yeah, dude. The state's cool as hell. That's why.
You know what's kind of funny about owning rodents? The only rodent I owned was the child of those two chipmunks we threw over the fence. My cat had showed mercy on the baby, and we raised it, called Chipperdale, but it died 2 days later. So we owned a pet rodent.
You're not allowed to say you raised it if it died 2 days later. I don't think you can say that, dude. You housed it. You put it in a box for 2 days.
We played with it though.
Yeah, it's not right. You didn't teach it You didn't teach it about history.
We would have had we had more time.
You didn't. What did it die from? Probably because it wasn't fed.
It just mountain there. It didn't have a teat to lick. You know, we just gave it water and like.
Oh, that's a good point.
And like cream cheese, dude. We don't know how to raise a chipmunk. Yeah,
I gave the mouse peanut butter and it died. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. God. Oh, one time, man, just negligent pet ownership as a child.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't. It's probably gonna put me in a bad light.
Well, it's not. Oh, I thought you were gonna say bad mood, and I was like, no. But
no.
Bad light. Who cares?
Yeah, for sure. Well, my brother,
the vibe's good, dude.
Dude, kids should not be. If you're under like 8, don't. If you're gonna give a kid a pet, and they're under 8, don't make them responsible for the pet. Because the pet will fucking die, dude.
Parent, you gotta take care of this.
You do. You
gotta. So
and
they should know that.
Yes.
You're an adult. You should fucking know that, dude.
Well, my parents, I think they tried, and we had this salamander named Spot, right?
Oh, dude, I told you
what, you got a salamander story?
I do, but you keep going.
See, we traded. We caught a bunch of newts, and we traded all of our newts for a salamander from our friend Jacob.
This is peak white people shit.
This is
literally trading salamanders and newts.
Whatever. I mean, I don't.
If you have a fucking terrarium, yeah, dude, that's white shit. I don't.
I don't even want to. I think it's weird, but I don't want to give that as an attribute to all whites. They don't gotta. I don't gotta say that.
Nothing wrong
I was
with
weird.
It. It's just fun. It's just like a funny, like goofy thing. That
all right. Well, that's white people. You understand?
They like lizards.
You trade newts for salamanders. We got this cool spotted. It was a spotted salamander, and you got to keep those motherfuckers wet. It's an amphibian.
Yeah, dude.
You have to keep them moist. You got to keep them water, but you also have to have a heat lamp over them. All right. It's a weird dichotomy between heat and liquid.
Yeah, where do they even exist in the wild?
Dude, in like rivers and stuff. But we didn't. We just neglected it. We neglected Spot, and we didn't keep him wet. And I remember my mom and my brother and I like leaned over Spot, and Spot had shrunk to the size of one of the newts. He was so small. And I remember like my mom was like, Spot's gonna die, and my brother was like weeping and stuff. But what was funny, Spot lived, but not for long. We fed him ladybugs, and he died because the ladybugs had disinfectant on him or pesticide on him.
Dude, what the fuck was happening in your house?
But dude, I remember it was like we were all of a sudden we cared about Spot, but in reality we didn't give a fuck about Spot. We neglected him. We hadn't looked at him in days. He shrunk to the size of a newt.
Yeah, well, you're also a child, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I was.
I don't know. Again, I hate to say it. It sounds like your parents dropped the ball here, dude. Because yeah, you're a kid. It's not. Of course, you're not gonna. I'm almost 30, and I don't know how to keep a collection of amphibians alive. You know how many YouTube videos I would have to watch to make sure they don't die? Let alone pass them off to some little kid.
Dude, it's not even
3 seconds later gonna be playing the Hot Wheels PC game. Like,
that's true.
Come on, dude.
We were playing a lot of Micro Machines on N64. Which
never had a chance.
Yeah.
Never had a chance.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, listen, we had real bad luck with Pat. Well, my salamander story, dude, I'm almost positive I've told this, so I'll tell it very briefly. We essentially, I don't know why, like I said, if you're a young, like, goofy white person, you get to a certain age, you're like, oh, I should have lizards. I'm like 12.
Yeah.
I read Harry Potter. I'm going to have some lizards. Like, so I was at that stage of my life, and my parents got me a little aquarium for my for Christmas, and it was loaded up with like 3 salamanders and then a little turtle. But put them all in the same tank, just like a tank of water. They don't get along, dude.
Oh,
those
really?
things do not fuck with each other.
Battle Royale.
It was Battle Royale because, like, after a while, basically one day I woke up. and I see that one of the salamanders has one of its feet is missing. I'm like,
whoa,
that's weird. And then another day, then all of its feet are missing.
Are you kidding me?
And it's just swimming around like an eel. I'm like, oh shit. So then I put it together. I'm like, oh, this turtle is picking off one by one these salamanders, and their salamanders, they just kept growing back. So I just took the turtle out.
The legs grow back?
Yeah, they grew back because that's how they work. I learned so much about the anatomy.
I knew the tails grew back. The legs grow back?
Legs grew back, dude. So he grew back. But anyway, so he kept picking them off. He killed one of them, and then soon after, one of them got stuck. I woke up and it was in like the little. It was like one. No. Sorry, the first one, the turtle got it. And then the turtle killed the second one later. And then it was down to just one salamander and then the turtle. And then I guess looking back, I should have killed the turtle, but I didn't.
I hope you didn't say set the turtle free or get separate aquariums.
No,
you had to avenge the death of the other two salamanders.
This turtle had a body count, dude. And then so eventually then I woke up one day and the last salamander had sucked into the filter like of the aquarium.
Yeah.
So then it was gone, and then we had gotten rid of the turtle, and I was like, it was just one of those days. Like I woke up, I'm like, oh, it got sucked in the thing. I'm like, I guess I don't have salamanders anymore. It didn't even cross my mind to get a replacement. I'm like, this hasn't worked out so far. Yeah, and
then it was just the turtle.
Yeah, it was just the turtle.
What do you feed the turtle?
Just died.
Other than salamanders?
It just died later.
Jeez. Don't get kids pets, man.
Dude, don't do it, dude. For real, don't do it. Or maybe we're pieces of shit. But no, I mean, this turtle was a piece of shit, though. This turtle picked up, and I guess it didn't.
He's just a predator.
Would throw crickets in there and shit.
Like, yeah, that's what we fed ours. Yeah.
I don't know how it didn't work out. They just had bad blood, but it was a very toxic environment. It was like Fleetwood Mac inside that aquarium.
I love it. We've had two Fleetwood Mac toxic environment references in our podcast.
It was just not a good environment. And rest in peace, Boxy the turtle. I don't know if that was.
Oh, it was a box turtle.
No, it wasn't. No, it was. Dude, it was like this big.
A painted turtle.
It was like this big. Yeah, they didn't get along. That's why you don't get your kids pets, because they're kids and they don't know anything. So how the fuck can it keep anything else alive?
Yeah,
you have to keep it alive. Like,
yeah, you know I think you know what I think it is. I think our parents bought them to teach us responsibility, and then we failed. You
know what's crazy is that nowadays, like, it seems like back then people would take a risk. Like, here's a salamander. Now everyone's just like, here's a dog. There's just so many dogs. Like, everybody has a dog now, and people are just. Yeah, people are getting a dog just to have like a personality.
You saying for kids or
all ages?
I think I got a thing on this.
There's so many people. There's this motherfucker. There's this drunk buffoon who lives on this hill over here. I'll be walking the dog sometimes at night. This guy's just the first time I ever encountered this guy. He's with his friend, and they're just standing like drinking Coronas in the street. Which I'm like, I ain't pissed, dude. I party. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. But the dude, and so I get up to him and I'm like trying to walk by. He's holding this little dog, just like yapping piece of shit dog. And this guy's drunk. He's like stumbling around like this. He's like, oh man, how old's your dog? And I'm like, shut up, you fucking buffoon. So I'm just like walking by him. I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, all right, I guess I'm gonna walk down the hill. And the guy like refuses to walk away, and he's just holding there with his dog and kind of actually follows us one step. And this dog just bites Betty.
Really?
Just jumps out. Yeah, just freaks out, and he just stands there like this. So anyway, he's just a fucking drunk. This guy's just a barfly on the hill. And then I encountered him again the other day. I'm like walking down the hill, and he's just standing there with this yappy dog. He's drunk again, drinking in his like driveway of this like apartment complex. It's like the Olive Estates, I think. He's just standing there drunk. I'm like, cool. So then I like walk in the street, and he's like, oh, you're not gonna let him say hi? And I was like, hey dude, last time I saw you, your dog bit her. So yeah, I'm just keeping my space. And he's just like,
yeah,
just kind of walks away. Point being, why does this guy have a dog? What is going on here?
Well, I have a theory on this. People, I think dudes especially, dudes, you know what? Why am I gendering it?
I know, right?
People now, I was talking to my friend about this. People get dogs as accessories.
That's what I'm saying.
They get them like a pair of Jordans. They get them where it's like, what's my brand? Am I a husky person? So they'll get these like designer dogs from a puppy mill.
Yeah.
And they'll buy them to like take Tinder pictures with them and then just emotionally neglect the dog.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a savage animal because it has no love. It's just it's fodder for Instagram pictures.
Yeah, exactly.
Just kind of sits there. God, how many people are on like Melrose? It's like, oh, dude, I got a French bulldog and it's on a skateboard.
Exactly.
Like, this dog hasn't eaten in 3. This dog has only eaten Chipotle scraps.
Well, I think
for 2 weeks.
I think they feed the dog. They just, when they're not taking a picture of the dog, they just forget that they have it.
Yeah, it's just wandering around.
You gotta love your pets, man. You gotta spend time with your pets.
What is you doing if you?
And that's what's weird. I know people that'll spend like $6,000 on a dog's hip replacement, but then just not kiss it every day.
Yeah, well, been there, dude.
You know,
I still kiss her every day.
You gotta kiss your dog, dude. If you're not like actively playing with your cat or your dog every day,
what are you doing?
Why do you have it?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Let it wild. If you're not gonna touch it and pet it and put your finger in its ear and scratch the little dangly thing, you know, you gotta scratch the dangly thing if you're gonna own a pet.
No doubt, man.
You know,
no doubt. I'm trying to think of what else happened this week. I feel like it was kind of a light week.
I'm trying to think what if I saw anything.
Big Thanksgiving, ate all of it. I'm still eating it. I was tired.
Yeah, I didn't. I actually had restraint this Thanksgiving.
Good for you.
I did. I had
good for you, man.
It was good. Well, and you know what was crazy? Yeah, here's what I did. I was like, I'm not gonna eat until dinner, and I waited until 6 o'clock. I didn't eat all day, and then 6 o'clock rolled around. I need for 24 hours, and then I binged.
You threw down. See, at that point, I'm always like,
pie.
I don't even want anything. Dude, you act like it's a big fucking deal. Hey, man, you can eat pie on Thanksgiving, you psychopath.
Yeah, and I did.
Yeah. Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You're one step closer to being a normal human being.
It was good.
It felt good, didn't it?
Well, dude, I was horny for the pie, though. That was the thing. It was
what kind of pie was it?
Pecan.
I hate pecan pie, dude.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah, dude. Fuck all you people liking pecan pie. It's just gross. Some weird nuts and then just goo in the middle.
All I want's the goo. If you just gave me pecan pie
I don't even know what
goo.
That goo is, dude. I don't want it.
It's like brown sugar and Jello.
No, dude, hit me up. I'm a classic pumpkin, dude. I'm a basic bitch.
I like some pumpkin.
I like pumpkin. I don't like how basic it is, though. I kind of like one I wish there was like a cobbler that was like pumpkin on the inside. I like when a pie has the shit on top. I don't like it I guess it's a cobbler.
Oh, you like a little bit of crust on top. I
like crusty on top.
A little weave on top.
Yes, I really prefer a weave on top.
Yeah.
I won't eat pie if there's not. Like cherry pie, you see a cherry. Dude, sometimes you see like a pre-made cherry pie at Ralph's and you're just like, why?
Oh, pre-made. Dude. Ralph's baked goods, you're already done fucked up.
What is it? What is going on?
Get a grandma. Get people in your life that bake, dude.
Or bake one yourself. Make a challenge, you know? But I have no interest in a cherry pie. I don't want cherry goo.
You don't like, dude, I love some like hot cherry goo with a little bit of ice cream.
I don't like hot desserts. How's that for a curveball? I don't eat a hot dessert. Put that shit in the fridge. I'll get at it later. I'm a fat American, dude.
I like ice cream melting on top of a hot dessert, dude.
I hate that. Because then the ice cream it's just cream. Then it's just like vanilla.
You got to eat quick, buddy.
Yeah.
You eat too slow.
No, I actually eat really fast. So you think this wouldn't be a problem. I don't know how it works, man.
That's how I do, though. That's how, if I'm going to go in, I throw that in the microwave, put the ice cream on top, and then house it as fast as you can.
No, man.
I'm housing like Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
raging against a hot pie. I don't like it. I want any kind of hot dessert. Put that shit in the fridge, dude. I'll eat it later.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about my favorite dessert. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Best dessert for me, best sweet thing. If I'm gonna indulge, just Sour Patch Kids, man.
Oh, really?
I love Sour Patch Kids.
I like a Sour Patch Kid. It's not the same, though. It's not like eating a piece of cheesecake.
Oh, I forgot about cheesecake.
Cheesecake is great.
Yeah, that's it.
God damn, do I like cheese. Cheesecakes is the best.
And don't adulterate it with anything else.
No. Maybe some kind of glaze, like some kind of like...
You shut your mouth.
No, like a little like drizzle of
no, you can't drizzle. Don't. It's perfect the way it is. When people throw some like strawberry jizz on top, I'm like, cool.
Oh,
cool. You had to do that.
I won't follow you that far into the dark, dude. Come on, like you can drizzle. I'm not saying make it a fucking. This is like a passion fruit infused cheesecake. No, dude, I don't want that.
I hate the drizzle, dude. I get
like
it. Yeah, I know a lot of people
what about
like
a little
it.
chocolate drizzle?
No.
Okay, well,
No.
fair enough. You're
No.
a purist in your cheesecake.
Why? It's like it's so good, and then you're just like, let's take another thing that could be good. It's like let's take two good things. Let's just fuck shit up.
Dude, yeah. One time I saw someone make a cheesecake, and it literally, the recipe starts with 4 packs of the Philadelphia cream cheese.
Of course, though.
4 of the double packs. So
Oh,
8
yeah.
total. I'm like, all right, cream cheese pie, dude.
Dude, it's mostly that.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I didn't know how it was made.
That's
I don't
how it's
know
made, buddy.
Dude, one time, I'm so fucking stupid, man. I remember the first time I saw ranch get made. I worked at a pizza
what's
store.
going on in there?
I didn't know what ranch was. I just thought it showed up at Buffalo Wild Wings. I didn't know how it was made.
Yeah, but
And I would actually challenge anyone listening now, if you are confident in all of the ingredients in ranch, I don't.
Let me
believe
guess.
you.
Can I guess? Because you've seen it made.
I've seen it made.
Well, let me guess. All right, cream.
I mean, no. See, kind of no.
Pepper.
Okay, well, there's spices.
What is? Just go. You got it. Go ahead. Tell me.
It's just a shit ton of. It's mayonnaise,
Okay.
sour cream,
Okay.
and then lemon, spices.
Lemon.
The point being is, I remember one time I was working at my pizza job when I was like 17 or 18 or whatever, and they were like, "Hey, we need you to go make a vat of ranch." And I was like, "How do you make? You don't just buy it from a place and it shows up and
Right.
it's ranch? Like, and you go make the ranch." I'm like, "Oh fuck!" So I found this little piece, this recipe, and it's just a shit ton of mayonnaise and sour cream, and then a bunch of bullshit.
At Ross Pizza,
Yeah,
they make it from scratch, and that's what's up, dude. Ross
dude,
Pizza.
homemade ranch is good.
Oh, I bet.
Shout out to Prime Pizza over on Fairfax. I'll throw them up there for a second. They have the best homemade ranch on the goddamn planet.
Is it good?
It's $5. Sometimes we'll get it if you get a pizza. Then you'll be dunking carrots in that later.
Ooh.
God damn, it's the best ranch I've ever had in my life, dude.
All right, I'll check it out.
So
Prime
good.
Pizza.
And there's dill in it. There's a lot of dill.
Dill, dude. I was just about to say that. I was at home
Yeah.
and my mom had a thing of ranch. I was like, nobody wants to hear this. And then when you said dill, I was like, dude, my mom had some ranch with dill. I was throwing it on all these turkey sandwiches. It was
so fucking good.
All right, that's it. Yeah, man, that was so.
Dude, get that ranch from Prime Pizza sometime.
All right.
You'll be hooking it up.
I will.
I mean, do we even talk about anything on this episode? I feel like we're at an hour, which is good.
What, do you want to talk about? Joe Biden or something?
Fuck no, dude. I'm out on that shit, dude. I can't.
All right. Well, then,
Although I saw breaking news.
Oh no!
No. This is
you
fun.
do
no,
want to
this
talk
is fun.
about? Is
no,
this Biden?
is fun. No, Joe Biden. I
Oh.
guess sprained his ankle this weekend playing with his dog, so he went to the doctor and now he's in a boot. And it made me feel happy. I'm like, all right, well, he was playing with his dog.
No, Hitler had a dog. I like Joe Biden. I'm just saying. Not just because you own a dog doesn't mean you're a fucking saint. And I'm not saying Joe.
He got hurt. What? Or did they just cover it up?
Full circle. Full circle.
What was he doing?
Joe Biden plays with his dog, so he's all right.